What's up, everybody? I just got done with my other video. I'm about to post it here in a little bit, but I did want to touch on a subject that basically kind of irked me today. I saw on Instagram. I don't know if you guys know who Tanner Fox is, but I follow his channel and his ex-girlfriend. They've been making videos together here recently on YouTube, and I follow her because they coincide with each other or whatever. So she had posted a picture today that showed a little bit of skin, but nevertheless, that's her business. She can do whatever she wants with her Instagram account. But I did see some comments on there of full-grown men acting like children, acting like probably I would have when I was 18 years old, and I'm like, I'm almost 30 now. So it really irked me to see some of the comments on there that they were talking about her, talking about show us your boobs already and this and that. And I just wanted to touch base on that and basically put that out there that we should not, us as men should not be talking to women like that. I don't care if how attractive or how sexy you think a woman. It's one thing to tell a woman that she's sexy, and there's no problem with thinking that she's sexy, but to be vulgar and put that out there in the world like Instagram where everybody can see it just sets a bad example, and it affects the person that you're talking to. And I do want to commend a lot of the people that I saw in the comment thread that were making statements about you shouldn't like they were basically defending her. Like, don't talk to her like that. She's a woman just like any other woman out there in the world. Like my wife, there are things that I can say to her between me and her that aren't out in the open for everybody else to know. That's just between me and her, and that's that's there's an agreement there. There's it's not but whenever you are somebody who doesn't really know somebody and they post a picture and you basically tell your deepest, dirtiest thoughts about that person, that's not right. Like, if you want to talk to somebody, tell them in person or to themselves. Don't say that out loud and to the open. And if you're going to talk to a woman, tell her she's beautiful or tell her she's sexy and try to build her up. Don't just sit there and say vulgar things like some of the stuff I saw in the threads. I think the way we treat women has a lot to do with the way some women act. And I'm not saying it's just women. Men do the same thing. I mean, it goes both ways. But I'm just saying, for me as a man, I don't like to see other men talking about women that way. So if you guys would, for the future, just, be a little bit cautious with your wording. Think about what you're saying when you're saying it and who you're saying it to and how you're saying it. Don't just go, be all vulgar and nasty, because, some people like that, but some people don't. Some people don't want to hear that, and not everybody wants to see that online, whether you like to think they do or not. So I just wanted to touch base on that. It's something that I believe is a big problem in this world. Choose your words wisely, and when it comes to anybody, not just beautiful women or just it goes back to that saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. And I try to live my life by that. And by all means, I'm not perfect, but I honestly think about just about everything that comes out of my mouth before I say it. So for those of you little boys who haven't quite grown up yet, y'all need to learn how to talk to a lady. I just called my credit card company to make a payment of $100 just now, and I got declined. And the problem with that is that yesterday I called to make a payment and it got declined. And yesterday I had over $1,200 in my account. Today, after paying some bills, I had about $500 in my account, and for some reason it kept declining a $100 charge. And the bank is closed today, so I now have to wait till Monday to call them to find out why my card keeps getting declined on a $100 charge when I have almost $600. I did flashcards with my daughter today. However, she didn't make it through a third of the cards before she started getting frustrated. This is the second day doing it. We went through all the cards yesterday, and I basically made her go through at least 2/3 of the cards today, and I told her that if we didn't finish them tomorrow, then she wasn't going to go to the park. But I do see that she has been picking up a couple things. She actually had started spelling words before I even asked her what it was, and that's a good sign. That means that she's remembering stuff pretty well, especially since how we just started. I was going to take that box back to UPS today so they could send it off and not charge me the $150, but unfortunately UPS store does not open until 8 o'clock on Monday, so we have to wait a couple of days to go do that. But right now we're going to head to the ATM, get the rest of our rent. I just almost hit what looked like a boxer dog, probably 3 or 4 years old. I gotta see if I can. He was wandering out in the middle of the road over here by my house, and I got out. It wouldn't let me come close enough to him. He was slobbering at the mouth. I don't know if it's because he was just dehydrated or what the deal is, but I didn't get too close to him. He wouldn't let me get close enough to him to see if he had any tags on him or if he had an owner. And then another couple actually stopped trying to coax the dog towards them, and he would not get near. He just kept barking at him. I called the police department here, and they don't even handle that. Like in Bentonville, if I were to call the police department, they would dispatch canine or animal control through their actual Bentonville city number. But when you call Rogers, they just give you a number and then you got to call. So he gave me the number, and right as I was about to call the house that he was like hanging around out in front of, the lady just pulled him inside. But the thing is, there is a leash law here in Northwest Arkansas, and if they could get fined or ticketed, or if he hurt somebody, they could get sued for, oh, I just missed the ATM. They could get sued if that dog hurts anybody. So I'm glad that they got him back inside, but he literally walked right out in front of the truck. I wanted to add something to the thing about how we talk to women. After I told you guys that I had said something about how we should treat women in one of the comments. Sorry, my seatbelt doesn't work. Hold on. I said something about how we should treat people and women in general in the comments, and apparently me sticking up for how we talk to women ticked a certain gentleman off, and I'm not going to say his name or his Instagram name on here because I don't want to put him on blast, because I'm not that kind of person. But apparently it ticked him off enough to say something to me about it, and he proceeded to tell me that if she was going to act like a slut, then she deserved to be treated like a slut. And I told him, I said, you know what, man? I said, that doesn't mean that you should, say what you said to her. That doesn't mean that you should treat her the way you're treating her. Just because she's acting a certain way shouldn't affect how you, basically treat a woman. Just because a woman is acting slutty does not mean that you should treat her like a slut. You should treat her like a lady. And I do believe in the saying that if you treat a woman like she's beautiful, she will be beautiful. If you treat a woman like she's a lady, she will be a lady. And if you keep making vulgar comments like show me your titties, or just sexual suggestions towards that person, it doesn't help them, the woman or man, to act in a respectful way, is all I was really trying to get to the guy. And he then, after all that, he said that I just needed to mind my own business, and I was only sticking up for her because I was trying to get her to basically give me head and a whole bunch of other things that I will not say on this channel. But basically trying to say that the only reason I was sticking up for her was because I was going to get something out of it, or I was trying to get something out of it, which was not the case. And I simply told him, you know what, she's a person just like you and I, and she has feelings just like you and I, and I've got 2 kids and a wife. I ain't got time to be messing around trying to be getting something from some other woman. So yeah, I just wanted to add to that. You know, it just goes to show that in this world, you cannot, even if you're doing the wrong thing, you can't expect people to act right. Even if you act right, you can't expect people to do the right thing. So, you know, just with that being said, and the way I feel about my life is you should always try to do the right thing regardless of what everyone around you is doing. Just because somebody is doing something that makes you mad does not mean that you have to attack them in a sinful way, or call them names, or call them a slut, or, you know, say negative, vulgar things towards them. It only provokes the situation, and the only thing that can help is being, you know, being honest, but at the same time treating that person like a person. You don't just, you know, name calling is not a good thing. So, you know, yes, she was showing more skin than she probably should have, than a girl her age should have, or any woman for that fact. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna go on there and comment and say how I truly feel about it. I would inbox her to where it was just a message that she could see herself, and basically tell her, hey, you know, you probably should put on more clothes or whatever. But then again, I don't know, that's kind of a weird line, you know, when to say something. I would normally, like, if it was a family member or something close to me and they were wearing what this girl was wearing in the picture, I would probably say something to them. But because I don't know this girl personally, I couldn't feel comfortable enough to be like, hey, you should probably put some clothes on. But anyway, with that being said, I'm not going to also make comments on her thing or whatever. And if you don't approve of what she's wearing and you think she's acting like a slut, then you shouldn't follow her. And he basically said that if you aren't trying to hook up with her, or you don't like what you see, then you should probably unfollow her. And I think that if you don't approve of what she's wearing, you should unfollow her. But all the same, treat her like a person. On top of everything, we forgot to pull the rest of the rent money out. So now we're back in the truck. We're gonna head over there, pull the rent money out. And then my wife just called me and told me that the gas bill, which I called to check on yesterday, and it told me that we had a zero balance, they're now saying that it never came out and that we still owe the $138, which we cannot afford to pay right now. So I don't know how we're supposed to catch up with things if they keep messing stuff up. They never sent us a paper bill, an email, or a text message stating when it was going to be due and how much it was supposed to be due. So how am I supposed to know what to pay? I guess I just need to call them every 2 weeks to find out what the heck the deal is and talk to a person, because the computer keeps telling me that I don't owe them anything. Okay, so now I'm a little bit confused, given the fact that we just went through the ATM and I used my debit card, which seems to be working fine, and the slip that I got from the ATM says that I have enough money in it. So I don't understand what the deal is. I read the card off to the guy like 3 times, and for whatever reason it keeps declining my card to pay that payment, unless he's trying to charge my card for more than the amount that I am telling him to, which if it was $1,000, then I could understand that, which wouldn't make sense because I only have a limit of $500 on my credit card. So I don't know what to do right. Well, I guess there's nothing I can do right now, but that just goes to show you that you can only do what you can do when you can do it. So Monday, I can't contact the bank until Monday, so we're going to call the bank Monday and find out what's going to happen. We can't drop the deal off at UPS today. We can't do that till Monday, so we'll do that Monday as well. And I'm hoping that the gas company messed up, because they really royally screwed us this time around, because they charged our account $100 and some odd that I didn't know what was going to come out. And I didn't know it because, once again, they didn't send me any kind of information about the amount or when it was going to come out. And you know, and it was automatically drafted out, so it put our account in the negative. And now they're trying to say that we have an overdue bill that we haven't paid, even though I called them yesterday and my account balance is zero according to the machine that I talked to. But hopefully we'll get this all figured out in due time. Just nobody said staying on top of stuff was easy, so you know what, that just goes to show you that you just need to keep your head down, keep leaning forward, keep pushing. You can't let the little things get to you, even though it does irritate me and it does make me mad that I'm trying to keep things straight. I'm trying to stay on top of things, and the moment that I try to stay on top of things, that's when things get all weird and screwy. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you guys like the video, smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I love you guys, and God